Hello, beautiful people. Thank you so much for tuning in, watching, and listening. This is going to be the mid-January 2022 video for the zodiac sign of Capricorn. It's really fine if you find this video a few days before the middle of the month or a few days after the middle of the month. You'll find it when you need it. Please do check out your sun, moon, and rising as well, though, to get the full message. My readings are very intuitive, so I will provide you the message on the tarot cards, as well as any intuitive messages I receive. Let's go jump in though. In column number 1, we're going to take a look at things that are wrapping up, so what's happened in the last few weeks or month, so things are coming to a close. Column 2 is just going to be the remainder of January, what we have coming. We're going to do a money column, a love column, and our 5th and final column, we're going to do a message from our future self or spirit guides. I'm also going to give you the opportunity to ask 3 yes or no questions. We're going to go over your crystal of the month, and we're going to do a healing note. But Capricorn, let's go ahead and get started. So the first card that we have is fragments. So you might have felt like the last few weeks or even the last month have been very fragmented. But let's see what we got going on. The first card we have is the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is very fast-paced. This is typically a lifestyle change. So there's probably a pretty good shift for you, Capricorn, in the last few weeks. Of course, we're going to clarify this and see. But this typically indicates a lifestyle change, and it's something that happened quite rapidly, generally. Then we have the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords is kind of a tired card. This is a card of needing to rest, retreat, renew, recover. So some of you could have been feeling very tired already in this new year. Again, this is a card typically of needing to rest. Then we have the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is a very active card. It's a new project or a new creative idea typically. We're going to clarify though, but you may have been taking on a new project or been executing on some sort of new creative idea. The sword energy is standing out pretty strong in this first column. We have 3 swords cards there. Sword is typically air signs. It's also very intellectual. But at the top here we have the Temperance card. This is a card of balance, harmony, patience, self-control. This is really wonderful because it's on top of the Knight of Swords. So again, this is a lifestyle change. So you're moving towards a point where you're more balanced, you're feeling more harmony in your life, you're more patient, you have better moderation, self-control. So that's a really good shift for you, Capricorn. Then we have the Nine of Swords. So we have the 2 tired cards together. Remember, we have the Four of Swords, and we have the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords is like having nightmares. This person's like literally sitting up in the middle of the night. But it can also be anxiety, grief, depression. So some of you have some really low feelings going on. The nice thing is like this is the column that's wrapping up. These are things that are coming to a close. So if you're feeling tired, if you're feeling worried, this is coming to an end for you, Capricorn. Then we have the King of Wands at the bottom here. This is a very bold card. It's very powerful. It's very charming. It's also a card of courage, though. So as this new project comes up or this new kind of creative idea, make sure you have the courage to pursue it, Capricorn, is the message that's coming through. Now let's take a look what's coming in the remainder of January for you. So how we're going to finish out the month. We have the card of Magnetism. So this is really about being able to attract whatever you want. This is very much like a manifesting card, what you think, what you get. Things are going to gravitate towards you, so make sure you're asking for positive things because you're going to be attracting those things. The first card we have is the Ten of Wands. This is a card of stress, exhaustion, having too many burdens. So if you see this person, they have their head bent over. They're like leaning into this bundle. They're like carrying too many wands at once. They're very overwhelmed. They're very stressed. So this is like doing too much. You have a lot going on. You're stressed. You're exhausted. That came through in this last message. We're going to clarify. Hopefully we're moving away from that point though for you, Capricorn. Then we have the Devil card. This could be a card of envy, materialism, or kind of like obsession. A lot of times when I see this card, this is like the keeping up with the Jones card. So make sure that you're not like focused on what other people have. Don't be envying them. Don't be materialistic. Also, that leads to stress too. Like when you're focused so much on what other people are doing, the world is telling you you can have whatever you want. So who cares what everyone else has? Just focus on what you want, Capricorn. Of course, we'll clarify. Then we have the King of Cups. This is a very supportive card. This is a leader card. This is tolerance. This is empathy. I do think this is you. The message that I'm getting is like you can lead yourself to whatever you want. Makes total sense with magnetism up there. But let's clarify this column. So we have the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is a celebratory card. It's a card of family and friends. I'm glad to see a positive card on top of this Ten of Wands. Again, I felt like we were moving away from this energy, but I wanted to make sure before I said anything. But I feel like family and friends will be stepping up to support you. This could be a card of reunions. You might be reunited with somebody that will help with some of the stress and burden. But this is a celebration card. So like, I feel like you're going to be celebrating not being exhausted, not being overwhelmed. So this is a positive shift coming for you. Then we have the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands is waiting for results. And that's on top of our Devil card, which can kind of be greedy. If you look at this card, this person's like just staring off. Remember when I said that we were like watching what somebody else has, wanting what somebody else has? I feel like you could be like waiting for this to happen forever. If you're constantly comparing yourself to somebody else and wanting what somebody else wants, you could be waiting forever when you could be attracting whatever you want. So just make sure that you're focusing on what you want. Then we have the Three of Wands. This is a card of teamwork, commerce, expansion, travel. Some of you could be doing some traveling at the end of the month. But I do see like expansion, commerce could be coming in for you money-wise. So again, whatever you're wanting, you can attract whatever you want, Capricorn. So make sure to block this out. Focus just on you. We can move away from this exhausted point. But focus on what you want. Expand what you want. And it's going to come to you. Now we're going to take a look at monies. This is anything related to monies. This could be your career, finances, job, investments, businesses you run, really anything money related, Capricorn. So the first card we have is the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords is a card of self-imposed restriction. It can also be like a card of isolation. But if you take a look at this card, this person is like all bound up. Their arms are bound down. They're blindfolded. But then there are swords stuck all over the ground. So this person can like literally scoot back and cut themselves free if they chose to do so. I like when I see the Eight of Swords because I can warn you. I can like tell you not to limit yourself, not to question yourself. So what I'm getting in the money column here is anything that you want, you can have. And the only thing holding you back from it would be yourself. So keep that in mind. Make sure you're not limiting yourself going into the end of the month, Capricorn. Then we have the Three of Wands again. We have the Three of Wands. This is again a card of commerce and expansion. Money seems to be coming your way. Whatever you want to attract, you're going to get. That's clear. If you have a business, I do think your business could be expanding as well. This is very much like a small business expansion, growing your portfolio. You could be traveling for work too. Then we have the Hangman. This is kind of static energy. It's like being stagnant. You're literally like hanging there by one foot. You're waiting for some other piece of information to move forward. It's like you don't know the next step. You're in this waiting piece. So let's clarify and see what comes of that. The first card that we have is the Five of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles can be financial loss. I'm not really feeling financial loss for you. The Five of Pentacles, though, is a card of worry and isolation. So you do have two isolation or kind of restrictive cards here. Some of you could feel like you're alone at work too. That message is coming through. But what I'm going to say, I think the big message here, Capricorn, is like the worry that's associated with the Five of Pentacles is just you worrying. So you can break that cycle of worry. I don't think that you have anything to be worried about. This reading looks good. We've had a couple cards coming in with expansion and commerce. So I feel like you can break the cycle of the worry. You can back up to One of the Swords and kind of cut yourself free there. Then Capricorn, we have the Magician. The Magician card is a great card to have really anywhere, but it's a good one for the money column. This is like being able to create anything that you want. It's turning your visions into reality. Again, we have the Magnetism, and then we have a card also saying the same thing, that whatever you want, you can have. If some of you are wanting more money with that commerce, if you're wanting to expand your business, I feel like whatever you're wanting in that financial front is going to come to you. Just stop worrying about it. Then we have the Ten of Swords. This is a card of like feeling kind of at rock bottom. It's very low feelings. And that's on top of that Hangman, which is like waiting for the next step. I feel like some of you feel like you've been stuck for a while and that's what's bringing you down. However, it does feel like that next move, that expansion, that money is coming in for you. Whatever you want with Magician, you can obtain. So I feel like Capricorn, this is a lot about you being in your head. So get out of your head and just take the action that you need to take. Next, let's take a look at love. So this could be family, this could be children, relationships, really anything related to love. Let's see what messages we have come through here. The first card we have is the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is very curious. This is about like wanting truth. It can sometimes be gossip also, but typically this is a card of truth. So there might be some sort of new relationship, or excuse me, new truth in relationship, or truth that you have found for yourself if you're single. We'll clarify that a little bit more though. Then we have the Four of Pentacles. This is a card of desire for long-term security. So whether you're single, you could be wanting long-term security, or if you're in a relationship, you could be wanting that long-term type relationship. We have the Two of Wands. I believe we had the Two of Wands. Yeah, we did a little bit earlier. This is waiting. So some of you, I feel like, have been waiting for this long-term security. You've been waiting for this truth, for that confirmation. Let's clarify, though. You have another back-to-back Eight of Swords there. So I feel like a lot of you, again, are kind of in your head. So we want to make sure that we're thoughtful of that and not limiting ourselves, Capricorn. But let's clarify. So Eight of Swords, again, is that self-imposed restrictions. Again, you're bound up and you can very easily scoot back and cut yourself free. That's on top of the Page of Swords. Again, that's like wanting the truth. It's very curious. So I feel like the truth is there if you just look for it, Capricorn. That's the message that's coming through. If you want the truth, you'll be able to find it. I feel like you, again, with the blindfold, feel like it's not there and you can't see it. But the truth is there and available to you. Not sure what that means, but what you're looking for is there. Then we have the Ace of Swords. Anytime we have an ace card is a card of newness. In this case, the Ace of Swords specifically is like a new idea or new mental clarity. Again, some of you are going to be getting this truth this month, which is good because you've been looking for it for a while, it seems like. But also the newness on top of the long-term security. I feel like you're going to have an opportunity to get that long-term security, or you're going to get some sort of clarity around it that you didn't have before. Then we have the Death card. The Death card does not necessarily mean death. It actually doesn't mean death at all. But this is a card of big changes. It can be endings. It can be moving on. But it's very transformative. So I feel like what you've been waiting for is going to be coming to an end. So you'll be moving forward, or you'll be moving a different direction. Maybe some of you will be going into a new relationship. It could go either way. I feel like this could be a step forward in your relationship, or this could be moving out of a relationship so you can move into something else. But there's a shift here that's coming. Like, you've been waiting for the truth. You'll be receiving the truth. I feel your desire for long-term security. Either it'll shift and you'll move forward, or it'll shift and you'll move out of that relationship. Either way, though, the death indicates a really good positive transformation, so you're going to be on the right path regardless of what direction that's going in your personal situation. Now, last but not least, Capricorn, let's take a look at a message from our future self or spirit guides. We have the summary card of efficiency. I always love efficiency. Let's take a look and see what message we have. Those of you that know me and have listened to my readings for a while, you know this. The Ten of Cups is my favorite deck in the entire, or my favorite card in the entire deck. So you are so lucky you have it here. Love, love, love the Ten of Cups. You have the rainbow here. All of the cups are full. There's a happy couple. There's kids playing. There's a house in the background. The grass is green. There's water running. It's seriously like the card of everything. Everything wonderful and beautiful in life. The Ten of Cups is a card of family, contentment, total love and support. Just like a beautiful, beautiful card. Then we have the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups can go either way. Sometimes when I see this card, it's a card of feeling unfulfilled, but it can also be a surprise gift. That's what this fourth cup is here. Then we have the Five of Wands. I've seen this card a lot this month. The Five of Wands is a card of rivalry or obstacles. The nice thing though is they're fighting with wands, they're not fighting with swords. So when I see this, it's like a small bump in the road. It's not a huge thing. There's some sort of obstacle, but it's not huge. But let's clarify and tie this message together here for you. So we do have the Devil card here for a second time. Remember, the Devil card is, again, that kind of greed, that materialism, that envy card. We talked about keeping up with the Joneses earlier. However, it's paired with like the best card in the entire world, which is the Ten of Cups. So basically this is saying, again, magnetism, whatever you want, you can have, Capricorn. It doesn't matter what anybody else is doing. Focus on you and what you want, and you will definitely have it. Do not worry about keeping up with the Jones. Don't be envious. Don't be obsessive about what other people are doing. Just focus on you and what you want. Then we have the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands is a card of something happening very quick. It's like speed, action, fast. And it's news coming in typically. So I do think that this probably is some sort of unexpected gift coming into you, Capricorn. Or if it is like you're feeling unfulfilled, there's going to be a quick change that shifts that energy. I feel like it's almost like you open your eyes and you realize you have everything you want, which sounds really odd. But like to go from the Devil to the Ten of Cups, it's literally like it's right there. Same thing with the Eight of Swords that we had a few times. It's like you take the blindfold off and you just see everything that you want. So be ready for that because it's going to be really wonderful. Then we have the High Priestess. This is a card of like having expectations, I feel like. It's also a card of like secret and mystery. It's a very intuitive card and trusting yourself. So there could be like some sort of secret that led to this rivalry or this bump in the road. But you need to trust your intuition as you navigate through that. I would say that it's going to work out in your favor. So there will be some sort of bump in the road, but trust yourself and really make sure that you're seeing that you have everything that you want, Capricorn. So let's move in now. I'm going to give you the opportunity to ask 3 yes or no questions. We're going to use the Gypsy Witch fortune telling deck. If you don't have questions in mind, you can pause the video and think of them. But for question number 1, we have the King of Clubs. This is a number 50 card. I would say that's a yes. Question number 2, we have the 4 of Hearts. This is the number the number 17 card. That's also a yes. And for question number 3, we have the 6 of Spades. This is number 29 card. That's a no. I feel like some of you are asking about money, and the first 2 cards are definitely money cards. Just feel like I need to say that to you. So yes, yes, no, Capricorn. Also, at the January video, I do always pull a card from the Healing Stones deck, so at the beginning of the month. The card that you had this month was Fluorite. Fluorite helps with order and structure. It helps you say no when you need to. It gives you clarity of thought, and it helps with healthy egotism. And then last but not least, we're going to pull a card from the Healing Note deck. We always need more healing. So let's see what your healing note is. We don't know how strong we are until being strong is the only choice that we have. Thank you so much, Capricorn, for tuning in, watching, and listening. Please do like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how this video resonates with you. If you subscribe to my channel, you'll be notified when I post new videos. Also, I typically post a few a month for Capricorn. Also, if you feel inclined, I did include my Venmo in the comments box if you'd like to make a donation. But thank you again, Capricorn, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your January.